A long time because I had a meltdown in there.
That's what I'm saying. You must have, wasn't a lot of commercials. It was you.
You know what? I was doing a commercial for our station in L.A. for a company called Periwinkles, a good sponsor of ours.
I don't know what Periwinkles is.
I don't either, but I know I've done commercials. I think I've done commercials. I don't even know. Is Periwinkles in L.A.? Was that an L.A. commercial I was recording?
I'm not, I listen to the show a lot in L.A. when I'm there, and I can't recall Periwinkles. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. The copy was just bad. It's not a. It's a great. Can someone tell me where Periwinkles is? Is that in L.A.? I don't. Sometimes I read them. I don't even know where they are. After the show on Thursdays is my day to record commercials for the rest of the country, and I'm never in the mood. I'm just really tired after the show, and I don't feel like sitting there and doing live commercials.
Putting on a happy face.
Yeah. Can someone tell me? Can someone answer my question out there immediately?
Does anybody hear you?
We do. We're looking it up now.
Thank you, brother. That's all I need to know. I just need to know you're hearing me. So I went back to a little meltdown. And Periwinkles is a fine sponsor. It's whoever wrote the copy just wrote a really weird piece of copy, and you're reading it, and I started sounding like a douchebag, I thought, and I had a meltdown. It was like, Orson Welles or William Shatner, Casey Kasem.
You're right in there.
Yeah, I was right in there. All right, I can't get the answer.
I found out that it's in Burlington, Vermont.
Ah, okay. That's what I needed to know. It was from Burlington, Vermont. And they're nice people, and Periwinkle's a great place. It's just they asked that in the copy I had to say, go into Periwinkle's and ask them to please put a store in Manhattan. And I just thought, well, who's going to go do that? I'm asking people to do something that they're not going to do. So you want to hear my breakdown?
Yeah, sure. That's what I'm waiting for.
I'm laughing thinking about it. I don't want anyone to think I don't like Periwinkles. I like Periwinkles. It was the copy was odd.
Oh, you say a lot about Periwinkles?
Well, I don't even know. I didn't even know what Periwinkles was. I'm going to hang myself. Oh, wait. It's not re-queued. God damn it. I was in the middle of listening to it. That's why. See? You should play Casey Kasem, and then we'll build into me.
That's the letter U and the numeral 2. That's the letter U and the numeral... That's the letter U and the numeral 2. Is that the way I say that? I don't know how to say it.
Letter U?
Is that the way I say
That's the letter U and the numeral 2. The four-man band features Adam Clayton on bass, Larry Mullen on drums, Dave Evans, nicknamed The Edge, on... This is bullshit. Nobody cares. These guys are from England, and who gives a shit?
Oh, it's you too. Nobody gives a crap.
We're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's go start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please.
Get it done.
Go. See, when you come out of those up-tempo damn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. They do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but damn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a damn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a f***ing up-tempo record every time I do a damn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is the last damn time I want somebody to use a f***ing brain to not come out of a damn record that is, that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a f***ing dog dying. Hi, this is Casey Kasem. American Top 40 has moved to a new time. I hope you'll join me this Saturday morning and every Saturday morning at 2. Boy, is it f***ing ponderous, man. Ponderous.
He's on the rag. It seems important at the time when you do. realize it doesn't even matter.
Please, I'm listening to a man who works once a week in this one.
Yeah.
Those tapes are the most likable I've ever heard Casey Kasem.
Well, in my defense, I had just done 5 hours on the radio, and I was a little woozy.
But Casey worked once a week.
Yeah.
So stop in and ask Perry to open a store in Manhattan, New York City. What? Stop in and ask Perry to open a store in Manhattan. Who gives a f***? You God damn this head. Holy mackerel, you Perry bastard. I don't even believe this commercial. I'm not saying this. Holy shit, go into Periwinkle's and say I need a store in Manhattan. Like some fucking moron's gonna go do that. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Holy shit. Holy f***. Who the f*** writes this shit? Gotta be insane. You know what? They must think mentally ill people listen to the show. Stop it and ask Perry to open a store in Manhattan. Okay. Somebody cares. What a dumb comment.
I'm sitting there laughing. Anne-Marie sits there quietly
She doesn't even look at you. Huh?
like a mouse. She's like, oh, my God, what's going on?
I'm just going to pretend it's not happening.
And Tim was the engineer. He just sat there, just waited. I'm sitting there laughing. I'm going, they think I'm mental. They think I'm mental. And I'm having a breakdown.
You know what? The thing is, you're making an excellent point. Who's going to go in and ask them?
I mean, all your points are valid.
I mean, I love our sponsors, and I'll ask the audience to do anything on their behalf, but no one's going to go in and say, hey, Perry.
You can't ask them to go in and ask for a New York store.
Please, we're begging you. There's not enough stores in Manhattan. Can you open one in New York?
Listen, Perry, I was thinking...
We need you in New York.
I'm not reading this.
There's an abandoned warehouse on 31st and 8th. You'd be perfect for it.
I went berserk.
We're dying for business.
By the way, Perry is not a bitch or a
Who is
bastard.
Perry? Is
I
there
don't know.
Perry Winkle?
I don't know. But I'm a fan of Periwinkle, and I love it. I only think the copy was a little off. That's
You
all.
hope they open a store in Manhattan.
I actually do. I'd like to see the store. Go in and ask Perry for a store. Now it makes sense in light of that. Oh, man.
I'm going to hang myself. So stop in and ask Perry to open a store in Manhattan, New York City. What? Stop in and ask Perry to open a store in Manhattan. Who gives a f***? You God damn this head. Holy mackerel, you Perry bastard.
Go in and ask Perry for a store in Aruba, too.
Yeah, ask us for a store in your state. Why should Vermont be the only one?
I felt bad for Perry because he's paying a lot of money for a commercial, and he should be represented properly. So that was my anger. You understand, Robin?
Of course.
No.
All for the sponsor.
Listen, I'm very grateful to our sponsors, and our sponsors are the lifeblood of this show, and I want everyone to go to Periwinkle's and enjoy them in Vermont and support them and bring one to New York, for God's sake.
Hopefully there'll be one here soon.
I just had a breakdown. I was in a weak moment. I wasn't thinking. Okay, Zach, you're on the air. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Howard, what's up, man?
Hey, brother.
Listen, I was wondering if you could do me a favor. That Howard Dean clip that you have with the Rocky theme music, if you could play that again this morning, while you're not busy, you don't got any guests, I'd be in love, man.
Really? Okay. Well, let's make that happen. Take me 2 seconds.
Oh, thanks, man.
Are we ready?
Yes. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
That sounds good. I just got to put it on speakerphone so my friend can hear, too.
All right.
Thanks, Howard.
Washington and Michigan, and then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House. We will not give up. We will not give up in New Hampshire. We will not give up in South Carolina. We will not give up in Arizona or New Mexico, Oklahoma, North Dakota, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan. We will not quit now or ever. We want our country back for ordinary Americans. And we're going to win in that Massachusetts, and North Carolina, and Missouri, and Arkansas, and Connecticut, and New York, and Ohio.
Made up my mind, make a new start.
Which is great, by the way. First time I ever
That's
used
what
one.
I hear. I've never used
No, it is
one.
awesome.
You gotta get the one I got. It's like $60.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're all, they're always, I have actually given them as Christmas presents, but I've never bought one for myself.
Gotta get one. I made turkey burgers.
Uh-huh.
I just got turkey meat. And it's talk about low calorie. I took mustard. There's even a little recipe book. I took Dijon mustard.
Is this in the George Foreman recipe book?
Yeah. I took Dijon mustard, about 6 tablespoons and 2 pounds of chopped meat, and put it all through with I chopped up onions and peppers, made little patties. You put it in the George Foreman grill, you close the thing.
Right.
6 to 8 minutes later, they're done.
Perfectly grilled.
And they're
Perfect.
greaseless.
Greaseless, but
that's the whole
tasty.
thing. And I don't understand why George Foreman looks the way he does if he's using his grill.
George Foreman lucked out, man. He really did.
Oh, yes, he did.
You know what it is? To me, it's like he's the male guy that's got the Thigh Master. It's
Yeah.
like there's a million products.
Except he's got a good product.
Yeah.
George Foreman Grill.
Well,
God
you
bless
don't
him.
realize that, he got that deal, and then he had that Midas deal, I think it was. That's the transmission place he talks about, right?
Right.
Meineke. Okay, Meineke Mufflers. And then he won the title again. Nobody ever expected that to happen. And it went crazy. Everything went crazy with his name on it. And then he sold that company for I don't know how much money.
That dude, if he went back into boxing as an old man,
Yeah.
and people loved him for it,
Yeah.
and then that's how he got the endorsement of the George Foreman Grill, forget about it.
And the whole thing got sold, and he made a couple of $100 million.
Anyway, it was beautiful. I opened up a bottle of wine from Dr. Sal Calabro.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Whoa. What is that stuff?
I don't know.
What do you think that, how much?
And where is it from? It always has like a strange name.
It comes in a wood box. I looked it up. It's from, it's a French,
I got a case of it.
I think it's a French Bordeaux.
I don't know. I got a case of it.
Right, he always sends a case to everybody. It comes in a wood crate.
Yeah. I figured it's good wine. It tasted great. Opened up a bottle of wine. Had,
Well, I don't know if you drink wine at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. We drink a beer.
sorry. I was drinking wine with my George
That's
Foreman.
not in the rule book.
George Foreman turkey burger. And I made 2 baked potatoes in the microwave the way I like them.
Well, actually, that is not a Super Bowl meal either.
Yeah. Chicken wings and quesadillas.
Yeah, I ain't eating that.
You know that pizza, I read yesterday, pizza sales go up 20% on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, good.
It's amazing. Super Bowl sells televisions, food, and something else. I forget what the third thing is, but televisions even get sold on Super Bowl Sunday.
Hey, Andrew, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, big fan.
Bing.
Hey, George Foreman got $100 million for that buyout.
Yeah.
But he doesn't make any money from it now, but, $100 million's $100 million.
You got $100 million on the buyout for the grills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Who knew that
I
they were
have one
gonna
of
sell
those
that
grills,
way?
and there's nothing on my instruction booklet that says anything about having sex with Beth.
Right. I went off the book.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Nobody says that on Super Bowl Sunday.
I know, I was shocked. Hey, but it happened and it was important.
Hey, weren't you thinking last night that, like, they start the game at 6:30, right? Everybody's partying. It's a big deal. Why can't they do the game on Saturday?
So you can
really party.
And really party.
I don't know.
Nothing's going on.
I know, it's so dumb. I think they've figured out that on Sunday is the day that most people are available to watch. Like, people, like, guys get commitments from their
now
wives.
Turns it into
Super
a national
Bowl has
holiday.
become appointment television.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, Sunday night, your wife ain't making plans to go anywhere. Saturday night, she is.
No,
I
that's true. I'd have a little trouble getting that night off.
It wouldn't be bad to start the game a little earlier, but what do I know?
When we did our Super Bowl parties, the game used to start at 1. Then they moved it to 3.
Right.
Then they moved it to 5. And now it starts at 6:30.
Now it's prime time.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so listen to my Super Bowl experience. So I was watching the game and I couldn't keep my eyes open. But I hit the TiVo. And I said, I'm watching the game. I had the wine, I had the sex, I had the turkey burgers, the whole thing. Halftime happens. I go, now I got a problem. I want to watch both.
Right.
We got a problem.
So I had the TiVo on. I'm recording the regular Super Bowl. I switch over to the lingerie bowl. 20 friggin' bucks. I switch over to the lingerie bowl.
How was it?
Well, first of all, didn't they say that at halftime the game would start and it would be a 23-minute
Right,
game?
it was supposed to be exactly halftime.
I tuned into the lingerie bowl, and they're in their halftime of the game. Could you imagine?
Oh, they started
Before halftime?
Yo, yeah. They had a whole first half.
Oh, my
Or
goodness.
something. I don't know what was going on, but all I know is there was a lot of standing around. And Amy Weber, who was on Son of the Beach, she was doing the commentary. And everyone had to like show their boobs, kind of like a low-cut top. And the whole time she's just going, I'm really impressed with the girls. These girls are really impressive. I have to say, I'm very impressed. I'm like, Amy Weber.
Had 10 million ways of saying I'm impressed.
You wanted to kill yourself. It was the cheesiest thing you ever saw, first of all. I mean, it was worse than... First of all, the lingerie sucked.
Really?
Yeah, because the girls were wearing like a panty, like a giant panty lingerie. Like, I know how good a body Angie has, and she didn't even look great in her lingerie because it was like weird lingerie.
Oh.
And I don't know what Angie's on, but she was way over the top. I mean, like way into it, like yelling and screaming. And
You don't think she's on something?
No, I don't think she's on something, but
She's all hyped up on
taking
adrenaline.
it, like it was a little weird.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was a little weird. I'm like watching this thing going, she's really into it. She's like, I'm going to win. I'm going to win this game. And these guys are cheating. And I was like, whoa.
Oh, boy. She was more enthusiastic than the guys who were playing the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And, but Angie was right. Nikki Ziering, as far as I could see, hardly played.
Really?
But I saw 2 seconds of a game. And, of course...
They didn't come back while Super Bowl was on?
See, I looked, Howard, you had an all-day pass, and they kept repeating it after that. So you could have watched the halftime show and then watch it later.
Yeah, good. Well, anyway,
Yeah,
I caught the end of the lingerie bowl, and that was, the final score was Nikki's team won 6-0.
You're kidding?
No, but it was a joke because Nikki didn't play. I mean,
So they brought in the ringer, and the ringer actually ran the football team.
yeah,
And Angie really ran her team?
yeah.
Could she pass? Or did she have...
I saw 3 play. Angie was in for 2 seconds, and then the game was over. I mean, it was totally a rip. They said they were going to play the whole game during regular halftime of the Super Bowl.
And were the outfits hot?
No, he said the panties were bad.
Meanwhile, who knew over in the real halftime, Janet Jackson was going to reveal her breasts?
Right. Well, that was the thing.
There was more breasts in the actual halftime show.
There were no breasts in
None.
the lingerie bowl.
Right.
But the real halftime show did have a breast in it.
Now, do you know a guy streaked?
Yes. And
During
you
a commercial
said
break?
that.
Yeah, but I got a picture of the dude
Did
streaking.
you? Because I was like, well, let us see him.
Now, what company was he streaking for? He wasn't streaking for his...
He
Just a guy.
He didn't have stuff
What's the
written.
past tense? He struck.
He didn't have stuff written on his back. I thought I saw writing.
I don't know. I couldn't tell.
I didn't get a good glimpse of him at all.
Where did you see the streak? Same email
I saw
I
you
saw?
on the email. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got the guy. Had a terrific ass.
How did he? How did he get on the field? They
I
were
don't
clearing the Super Bowls. I mean, the halftime stuff away, and he just took to the field.
Yeah, wasn't this going to be like the most, the secure ever 7-mile no-fly zone?
Yeah.
And a guy gets on the field.
Oh,
We know he didn't come out of a plane.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It was like, whole thing was weird. So, I watched...
You really did try to get the lingerie bowl in at halftime.
I got it in. I watched it. And,
Well, I'm saying there wasn't much play.
Right. Well, anyway, so I was there long enough to know I dropped $200 on the lingerie ball because I had Angie's theme.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I owe Artie $200.
But, they should pay you because they really did sucker us. They said Nikki was going to play.
Yeah.
I told you it was going to suck. You could tell it was going to suck a mile away.
Yeah, well, I tuned in to see if I had my $200. So, and then Beth was laughing because she goes, you lost $220. She goes, not 200. I go, yeah, I guess.
It was all a loss. I wonder how many people tuned in.
I don't know. It didn't make Angie look good because even Beth said, if I have any jealousy toward Angie because the fact that you dated her, she goes,
it's over?
It's over now. I don't, I just...
It wasn't a good thing.
Yeah, she goes, you should be embarrassed.
Oh.
I go, oh. She was laughing. It was pretty cheesy. I got to admit. And
it sounds it. Did you make it to the end of the game?
Well, wait a second. So now here's the horror of the whole stupid story. So I tuned back, and then I said, well, I'll just fast forward through the halftime, see if anything cool's happening. So first thing you see is, who the hell came out first?
P. Diddy and...
Well, first, Jessica Simpson was screaming.
Right. Oh, that was...
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Howard, she got a mic. It was, like, way too loud. She couldn't hear us, so she's like...
Oh, it's just somebody should just ship her out of the country.
Yeah.
Put her into the white slave trade.
And how silly that, she's supposed to be a singer and all they'll let her do is scream into the microphone that, it's time to party. So then Janet Jackson comes out of the floor, I think, was the first thing.
Yeah, right. It was Janet Jackson. And then I was telling Beth, because she's the only person I had there to broadcast, though. I said, man, she's got an ass, because when I received the Billboard Up and Coming Actor Award after Private Parts was released, I was there with Janet Jackson. She had the biggest ass I've ever seen. They talk about J-Lo's ass. J-Lo has no ass.
Not compared to Janet.
No. Janet has, literally, have you ever seen a person whose lower body is just like a shelf? The ass is you're like, oh my God, they're deformed.
It was like a bench sits behind her even when she gets up.
Yeah. So they dressed her right. She has to wear a blanket over her ass.
Well, I said it was like the Wizard of Oz. Don't look behind the curtain, because there's a big ass
They
there.
should have pulled that curtain up. She's built like a squash. So they had the ass covered with a towel.
And they had strips, fringe, a bustle. They had everything they could think of to put over the ass.
Everything goes over that ass. Imagine see, I would have loved to see a reality show trying to dress that ass for the Super Bowl.
The designer of the ass.
Yeah.
Ass curtain.
And between you and me, I thought kind of the halftime show was sort of has-been show.
Right.
I love Aerosmith. They're my favorite band, I think. But how many years are you going to pull out Aerosmith?
That was earlier. That was earlier.
They weren't in the halftime show.
But I'll tell you what, they were the only good band. I love them. First of all, they made everyone do their old songs.
Right. I was like, Kid Rock singing something 100 years old.
The Kid Rock singing a whole old song. You got Nelly singing.
doing It's Hot in Here.
Which, dude, how many times are you going to go to that bowl?
P. Diddy was doing something from,
a couple albums ago.
P. Diddy's a clothing designer.
And Janet Jackson, she's doing something from 1988.
Yeah.
Right. That was like the Rhythm Nation.
The Rhythm Nation.
Rhythm Nation. The only guy they had there was Justin Timberlake, who I'm not, I don't care to really see him.
But at least he's relevant.
At least he's relevant. He's got a hit going. So, anyway, so...
They were lucky to have him.
Yeah, so I'm going through the whole halftime thing, and I fast forward through it. I didn't even see the boob shot. I got it off the internet. I missed that.
Yeah, I'm sitting there, watching, and I'm like, did I see Janet Jackson's breast?
I'll tell you what, when I was first reading about it, because I didn't realize she showed her breast, I thought it was an accident, but it wasn't.
No, it was planned.
Yeah.
It wasn't a pop-out. That's what I was like, that was my confusion. Like, was that an accident? No, that looked planned.
Yeah, well, evidently she'd been going around saying something big is going to happen during the Janet Jackson. It's going to be a surprise, like, how Madonna kissed Britney Spears? There's going to be something big happening.
At the party I was at, everyone thought the surprise was that Michael was coming out. That she could bring Michael out. They would have, stoned him.
Until she exposed that breast, everybody thought it was Michael.
Yeah, and she does look like him.
Yeah, absolutely, and she moves like him.
Yeah. And does she have any new dance steps since that?
No, she looked like she was doing Thriller.
Right. She does that same thing over and over again, that robot thing.
Yeah. The robot thing and the head thing.
Yeah. Who cares? I thought the breast was a football when I saw it. It wasn't even that great. And, everyone now is freaking out. CBS is apologizing. They didn't know, and this and that, and MTV. And, but you know what? Like in Europe, women walk around topless all. Who cares?
Nudity is on the television all the time.
Well, if the FCC is true to form, there should be a huge fine.
Yeah, they should shut it down.
That's right.
Not have any more Super Bowl.
Turn it off. Turn off the Super Bowl. They should fine the Super Bowl.
But why would they find CBS? Why don't they find Janet Jackson?
Well, they can't do that because she doesn't own anything.
Yeah, they didn't. She didn't broadcast it.
Right.
She just performed.
Let's see if the FCC is true to form. They're busy finding radio guys. Why don't they find some TV shows now? Now they got a perfect opportunity.
That's what they were saying. That it's the Congress was anyway saying it was absolutely a sin that they weren't finding television. Now they have an opportunity.
And my God, I know when I saw the breast, I had to go out and rape 15 people. It drove me right out the door. God forbid a child sees a breast. Meanwhile, the breast was covered in some metallic-looking thing.
Wasn't it pierced or something? That's what I thought that was.
I don't know.
It had like an ornament on it.
There was an ornament on there.
Okay.
Like little Kim does.
It was like a Christmas tree.
It was a Christmas boob. So I missed that because I fast-forwarded through it. And then when the score was, I was somewhere in the third quarter. Game was getting good. I fell asleep. But I had my TiVo on record, no problem. I said, when I wake up,
I know what happened.
I woke up at 4 in the morning. I said, this is great. I don't know what happened. I'm going to fast forward through the horrible commercials because there wasn't even any good commercials.
No good commercials.
And I'm going to fast forward. I start watching the game. I couldn't believe the 85-yard pass. I go, whoa, this is a great game.
Some amazing things happened.
Yeah. And then my TiVo ran out.
Right.
TiVo sucks.
Because Survivor started at 10.
Yeah. It sucks. It cut me off. And I know I should have said tape an hour over, but I was asleep.
Or just hit the button on Survivor. That's what I did. I hit the button on Survivor, and I hit the button on the news after that.
How'd you do that?
The sports thing after. You just go in and hit the button and record, tell it to record everything after the game.
See, I had Survivor, so I just told it to record for an hour and a half after Survivor.
Wow.
But I just had a feeling, because I wanted to see Survivor, too, so I just hit 2 or 3 things even after.
Now, you didn't watch that last night, did you, Survivor?
Yeah, I did.
What time
What are you up?
I was so keyed up after the game, I just said, might as well sit here and watch Survivor, too.
So how much sleep did you get, an hour?
No, probably, it was after midnight, something like that.
Quiver's a life. Having a life. Look at you. I fell asleep. So I did not see the end of the game. I had to read about the goddamn
end. The end of that game was amazing.
Anybody got it on tape?
Yeah, I have it on tape.
You do? Because if I could have it, I want to see it.
You know what the turning point of the game was at the end, which they're talking about a little bit. So Carolina ties the score. There's 1:08 left.
Yeah, and by the way, see, here's where I left off. Carolina threw that pass, so the score was... What was the score when they threw that pass?
20.
They went for the 2-point conversion and didn't get it, so it was 22-21.
Yeah.
22-21. New England comes back, scores a touchdown, but then they get a 2-point conversion?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so they tied it up.
No, it's 29-22.
And then
Carolina
gets another touchdown with a regular 1-point conversion.
29-29.
And they go 29-29.
So there's 1:08 left in the game. Carolina's just scored. So Carolina kicks off, and for some reason their kicker, I don't know what happened, he kicked the ball out of bounds. So not only do they spot it where it goes out of bounds, it's a 10-yard penalty. So New England now starts with the ball on the 40-yard line with one of the best field goal kickers and 1:08 left and Tom Brady. It's too much.
Yeah, and he moved it right down the field.
Yeah, right down, no problem.
Big blunder. Yeah, why did he kick it? Why did he?
The guy was shaking his head afterwards, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to do that.
I think he was trying to put it in the corner.
Maybe he had money on New England.
I think he was trying to put it in the corner so that New England would have a tough time running it back, and it just got away from him.
Wow.
But that was the difference.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
When they started at the 40-yard line, you knew it was over.
God damn, I wanted to see that. I was yelling this morning, screaming at that damn TiVo. And Beth kept going, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. She felt bad for me.
Yeah.
I said, don't say that. I'm a loser. Dropped $200 on the lingerie bowl. I'm so glad I didn't bet Super Bowl, though. Who
it would have been worthless to try to bet the Super Bowl the way it turned out. Nobody could have called that game. The 2 best teams did wind up in the Super Bowl, and it turned into a good Super Bowl after the first half.
Here's my boyfriend, Ralph.
Think about football, Robin. You would have bet the over.
Well, that's true.
Hold it.
Thank you.
I want to say something. We kept talking about the over. Artie wanted to bet the over. Every jerk that I know was emailing,
and so
calling,
got to be the under.
Going, these are the 2. Artie doesn't know anything about football. These are the 2 best defensive teams in the NFL. What a jerk. He's going to lose his money. Meanwhile, there you go. There's the over.
Wait a minute. He also wanted that field goal bet. How many field goals did they kick?
3. There were 3 kicked.
You had to have 3.5. That was the over.
And I don't know if Carolina kicked any.
Carolina, I thought, kicked 1, because it was 14. No, wait a minute.
No, Carolina kicked 1, that's right. So there were 4 at least.
Yeah.
There were 4 field goals?
There were 4, that's right.
So that's a good bet.
No, there weren't 4, because they didn't.
4
they missed 2.
No.
So you had to have completed 3.5.
Right.
So you didn't win that bet.
You lost that bet. Like, do you remember what Artie bet on the coin toss?
It was an over-under on, because you guys are talking about stuff, and everyone's talking over each other, so nobody knows what we're talking about. There's an over-under on field goals. If you complete more than 3, they call it 3.5, so there's no ties. That was the over.
And I don't think that
didn't happen.
No. And I think Artie bet the over.
And, yeah, because that was everybody was screaming at him, you can't bet the over on field goals and also bet the over on the final score.
There was another bet.
He's going to call in.
There was another bet that Artie was all over.
2 field goals were made. That's
Right.
it.
Yeah.
2.
There's another bet that Artie was all over, which was New England will never give up the lead. And I wouldn't be jumped on that one.
They didn't. They did give up
Yes.
the lead.
I don't know what he bet. What did you want to say, Ralphie?
Did you get to see that whole Janet Jackson thing?
I saw the pictures of it.
You have to see it in motion because, like, you know what? It was kind of sad because, you know, I was watching on TiVo, so I rewound it a few hundred times and took a good look. You know, her breast is kind of like floppy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's not great.
No, it's not great. It's not. You know, it looked kind of desperate too, like, you know, like an old Madonna. You know, like that whole trick.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know.
No, that's what we just said.
And then she said it wasn't an accident. She said it was an accident, but she had like a little tassel over it.
Yeah, it was pre-planned.
Yeah.
There was no way that was
No.
planned.
I mean, she'd have slapped Justin Timberlake's face if it was an accident. Because he certainly ripped off something.
She would have beat him up.
But it looked desperate too, Howard. The way, like, did you see he was dry humping her from behind?
Yeah.
And it's a young guy who's relevant, and she's not. And it just was. It was
sad. It's sad.
You know what? As soon as she came out and was doing it, I was like, you know, I remember when Diana Ross did this. It was after her career was over. Who knew Janet would be doing it too?
Yeah.
Hey, if Artie calls it, have him have Sam call it too. Like, Sam was giving me this whole rap on, you know, that defensive rap, you know, Carolina and this and that, you know, and he's done research on it, and he's like highly recommending taking the New England, and
What?
God knows how much he bet because he was really all over it.
What are you saying?
Oh, he took New
He
England
was
with
gonna bet New England
and gave
with
away the points?
Yeah.
Oh, well. What does he care? He's got $1 billion.
Yeah. He didn't bet everything.
Right. All right, bro.
Bye now.
There you go. There's Ralph.
Ralph's analysis.
Yes, AA.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
I want to know, how the hell can you say you had the worst Super Bowl experience when you had sex with the beautiful Beth O?
Well, no,
that was the highlight of my life.
That was
the lousy Super Bowl.
That was the best part. But then when I'm saying I didn't get to actually see the Super Bowl, I timed the sex perfectly because nothing was going on that first quarter.
Yeah.
But who cares about the Super Bowl? You're with beautiful Beth O.
That's irrelevant.
He wants it all.
I wanted it all,
AA.
AA.
He wants it all.
Get out of here. Talking about the Super Bowl.
And a good one for a change. Because, you know, the rap was usually when they have the 2 weeks between the playoffs and the Super Bowl, that the Super Bowl usually sucks. It's usually a blowout.
Yeah.
And this time it didn't happen.
Yeah, John. John.
Hey, Howard.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
You tell me.
Well, I think that Janet seems surprised. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, please.
She seems
She sat there
surprised.
for a long time before she finally put her hand up.
Are you out of your mind?
She looks surprised. I couldn't believe there was more boob on the regular Super Bowl than in the lingerie bowl.
And that bondage outfit certainly doesn't come apart that easily.
Yeah, I think that was pretty well planned. I know there's a whole bunch of phone calls I'm trying to get to them, but I realize I got to take a break. So let me take a break, and then Artie's going to call in and tell us how he did. This guy says he saw Artie in Vegas. Wait a second. What? Josh? Josh?
Hey, now.
You saw Artie in Vegas?
Yeah, Artie's a freaking mush, man.
What did he do?
He got himself in trouble like usual.
What did he do?
First of all, he's getting drunk over at the Hard Rock Cafe. He's knocking back.
I can't hear this guy. All right, Artie will be on the phone when we get back. We'll be back right after these words.
Let's listen to the rantings of two show business pinheads, Rosie O'Donnell and Charles Grodin.
I think there's a difference between what Hume Cronin said about your performance and what Howard Stern and Imus feel. I think theirs is hateful, mean-spirited, sort of ignorance fueled by arrogance, and together that becomes lethal. As opposed to his sort of looking at your performance and saying, you know, that young kid could use a little help in this area is very different than what they do.
You know, this idea that somebody called up this explosion in Oklahoma City and said, you know, Howard Stern, something about to promote a book, it just shows you what it's getting to.
And I agree that there's a level of tact and decorum that's not about being politically correct, it's about being human, that they cross on a daily basis. So I'm with you. I will never do their show just because I don't want to be a party to it. Spiritually, it's damaging.
Ends another episode of the Fatso and Baldy Show.
The Howard Stern Show, 95X. Hey now. You know, Hank, I was just wondering why you say that hey now thing.
What do you mean?
Well, it's just something you used on the show, and now you start using in your personal life, and it's an affectation of some sort, isn't it? Did you ever say hey now as a kid?
No, I don't. I probably didn't. But I said hey.
Yeah.
And I said now. I mean, at different times, but I never put them together till later in life. So, in that sense, it's part of my personality. Hey now.
Now we're Stern Show.
Hey now. Hey now. Come on.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Love that.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
All right, I got Artie on the phone. Artie isn't with us today because Artie played a gig in Vegas, and then Monday morning was supposed to be in L.A. because he has a full day of meetings about that movie they want him for.
Right, yeah, he said he had some business to take care of in L.A.
So Gary called his hotel in L.A. They never even heard of Artie. They don't know where. They said he never checked in, so we tracked him down in Vegas. He hasn't been to sleep yet. He goes, this was the greatest weekend of my life. I couldn't go to sleep, so he's on his way now to L.A.
Oh, my goodness. So a drunk and tired Artie is going to be in meetings all day?
Hey, Artie.
What's up, guys?
Uh-oh. Listen to the guy who's going to be in meetings.
I love that he's going from, I said, I only wish I could be as loose as Artie. I have the inner voice of Ray and Ben Stern telling me I need to get rest.
Yeah.
You don't care. You haven't been to sleep yet.
Howard, first of all, I just had the greatest weekend of my life.
All right, go ahead. First of all, did you bet the over?
I bet the over.
5 G's?
I bet $4,000 on the over.
Now, how much, was that a straight up bet, or what's the odds on that?
No, when you bet the over, you just, you win what you bet.
Right, okay. $4,000.
So I won $4,000 on that. The coin toss, I watched the game with Sam Simon.
Right.
The coin toss, Sam said, I'll take the action from you.
Okay.
So I put $500 up with Sam on the table as the coin toss happened. I took the Panthers. I won.
Yeah,
so that's how the game started. I took $500 off Sam.
By the way, you won $200 off me in the lingerie bowl.
You know what, Howard? I just found that out right now.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the lingerie bowl. I completely forgot they were playing it.
I watched
Even without that, he had a great weekend.
Hey, did anybody bet that whether Janet Jackson's boob would pop out?
What were the odds on that?
Yeah, they didn't have odds on Janet Jackson's boobs in Vegas.
All right, so right away you're up 500.
I'm up 500, yeah.
Then what happened?
So then I went down on the sports. Well, first of all, I saw Bowie Friday night.
How was that?
Howard, unbelievable.
Now, did he do the good songs or that new crap?
Howard, he did all his great stuff. Me and Richie was out here, and me and Richie, you talked to Richie about it. It was unbelievable. He did all the young dudes. He did Heroes.
Wow.
That's what I had heard, that he was doing all the good stuff.
Oh, he did Rebel. He did Suffragette City.
Oh, God damn! I never get to go to the good stuff.
And Howard, it was in a theater with 1,200 seats.
Oh.
He played the same room I played.
Wow. Shows you how show business is turned upside down.
Exactly.
No
Artie
kidding.
and Bowie in the same place?
Right.
Wow.
So Friday night for Bowie.
Did he do Suffragette City?
Yeah, he just
He
said
did
that.
Suffragette City, yeah.
Did he do Hold On to Yourself? Whatever the hell that is.
What is that?
He didn't do Starman. There's a starman waiting in the...
Dude, that's a little obscure.
No,
he
it's
just
not.
did like the hits.
That's a hit.
He did, what else did he do? He did, I'm Afraid of America.
Oh, I love that.
I'm Afraid of
And he had that kick-ass band with that black chick bass player?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, he was amazing. Bowie was amazing. So that was
I'll tell you who's amazing is that black chick bass player. I would bang her so hard that literally, I would bang her hair straight.
You know what's
her
funny
afro
about
would
that?
go. Her afro would go straight.
You know what's funny about the black chick bass player? He did Under Pressure, the song he did with Queen.
Yeah.
He did that, and the chick did Freddie Mercury's part.
That's appropriate.
Wow. No kidding.
Yeah, and she sounded amazing.
So how long were you there? So, you got right off the plane, freshened
I
up.
got right off the plane, just got ready, started gambling. I went down. Okay, so I played craps first.
What a weekend you had.
I won money at craps.
Really?
What'd you win?
I'm up about $2,000 at the tables.
Wow. Oh, I wish I was with you.
See, you know what? He could be making this up. It's because we couldn't see him.
Can't believe it. Yeah, he's like Dominic. He leaves the table for a while, and then he makes money, you know? That's too much.
I mean, it's the greatest weekend of my life.
All right, go ahead. So anyway, you get off the plane, you play craps, then you go to the Bowie concert.
Right.
And, like, you're eating and drinking the whole time, right?
The whole time.
All right, go ahead.
At the Bowie concert, I had, the straw with the JD and water.
JD and water through a straw.
Yeah.
So how many bottles did you go through that night? Like 2?
Well, first of all, the Hard Rock Casino out here treated me beautifully because of you. Thank you. And I get into my room. There's like 10 bottles of JD.
Oh, no. They're going to kill you.
Yeah.
Hey, did you have that bowling alley room?
Huh?
Did you have the bowling alley room, or did
No, they
Bowie
didn't
get
give me
that?
the bowling alley room. Some high roller had it.
Oh, okay. All right, no big deal.
Believe me, when you get here, you find out, even though you sell out a show, you're not Howard Stern.
Well, not only that, you're not going to spend your time bowling anyway.
I was going to say, what? The high roller comes there to bowl?
Yeah, let's go to my room and bowl. So you go downstairs, you play the craps, you see Bowie. You even go to sleep Friday night?
I went to sleep at like 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Saturday morning.
Because after Bowie, you gambled, right?
Right, yeah. I went down to the tables. I was playing craps, drunk off my ass, just throwing the dice, and I had money on the pass line, betting on myself, and I was kicking ass. I was winning.
What do you mean? All you bet was the pass line?
That's all I bet was the pass line. I bet anything else.
You're telling me you just bet whether or not you get like a 7 or an 11?
Yeah, I bet on me.
So, like, how much money did you put down on a roll?
200.
And you didn't take any numbers?
No.
Are you crazy?
Howard, I was too drunk to take numbers. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
He didn't remember numbers.
So when another guy rolled, you just put money down on the pass line?
Yeah, and then you know what? Richie had an amazing... Richie rolled for like 15 minutes.
Wow.
And I was just betting the pass line the entire time.
Every time I'm with that bum, he doesn't roll for a minute. Now he rolls for 15 minutes when I'm not there. Good for him.
How come he's only up 2,000?
How come? Well, because he bet the pass line. Guy rolls for 15 minutes.
No, I should have been up way more. But I lost money back. I'm up $2,000 for the whole week.
For the whole weekend.
All right, wait a second. Hey, Shuli.
Hey, Howard, I was at the craps table with Artie Friday night. He was on a major roll. He was winning like crazy. He was drunk out of his mind, but he was winning like crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
He was screaming, "Give me a hard 8, hard 8." The whole night, screaming like a mental
But he wasn't even betting the hard 8.
Yeah. Even though I didn't have a hard 8, I just kept yelling out, "Give me a hard 8."
He didn't even know.
Means something.
He didn't even bet the hard 8. Why do you need a hard 8? You want the...
It just seemed appropriate.
Yeah, he just wanted to yell. It was great.
What happens when you put money on the pass line? Like, if you just roll a 7 or 11?
Well, yeah, no, you're betting with the roller. So if you win the roll, you win money. But you bet the odds too.
Yeah, there was a guy that rolled for like a half hour. Artie was just winning off of.
Oh, so you bet numbers?
No. You know how when you bet the pass line, then you back it up with the odds.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
Oh, so you took one number?
Yeah. So I won a good amount of money. That's what put me up for the whole weekend.
All right, okay. He would have won a fortune, in other words.
Right, he had a fortune. He lost most of it back.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand what he did, because to bet one number is insanity. I think, if a guy's rolling along. All right. So you did that, and you went to bed at 9 a.m.
Right.
What time is your show?
The show that night was at 10 o'clock.
So what time did you wake up?
So I went to bed at 9 a.m., and I got up around noon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're crazy.
Because he's in Vegas.
Yeah, he knows those tables are right downstairs.
They're giving away money at those tables.
Exactly. Howard, I've been in the same outfit the entire time.
That's hard to believe. Believe it or not.
Believe it or not, I've been in the same jeans for the whole weekend.
So
I pack a bag.
So then you do a show Saturday night.
Saturday night.
What'd you do from noon to the show?
I ate and gambled and drank.
Of course.
Donated to the community.
You were drinking at noon?
Yeah. Well, I went down. Well, at noon I woke up and I just threw my pants back on and and a shirt that was laying on my rug.
Do you even shower?
No, not Saturday afternoon.
Why do that? Why wash off the luck?
And I had chips and So I went back down to there's a Starbucks here and I got a caramel macchiato.
Those are great, huh?
That's like lunch.
I chugged the caramel macchiato down, and then I went to the craps table.
The macchiato is like a whole big deal. That's like liquid candy.
It's like a milkshake with coffee, I guess.
It's good, though. It's good. At least Artie wasn't drinking alcohol.
They don't spike the macchiato.
It's good to see you doing something healthy and having a caramel macchiato.
Yeah, the caramel macchiato really helped me out.
Well, he needed the calories.
Yeah, no empty calories. Yeah, he needed calories because he could hardly sustain himself. Your body must hate you. It's full of Jack Daniels and caramel macchiatos.
If the E-camera could have a shot of me right now, I look homeless.
I'm sure.
You're kidding.
I'm in the same outfit I've had on for 3 days.
And you're going to go take those big meetings in L.A. like that?
I have a 7 a.m. flight to L.A.
Well, wait a second. I see. It's 3 hours earlier. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have an entire day of business in Los Angeles. I have an audition.
Oh, my goodness.
Howard,
what are you
Artie?
supposed to play, a derelict, I hope?
Howard, Artie landed in Vegas at 7.
Hey, wait a
and
second.
I saw him at 10, maybe 10:30, and he was trashed. Just trashed.
Yeah, hey, Artie.
Yeah.
So the audition.
Yeah.
Do you have to know your lines and stuff?
Yeah, they sent me the script, and the screwed up thing is it's in front of Mike Judge for this movie. I would kill to get. It's such a funny movie.
I know, you told me the premise. It's funny.
Yeah, it really is great, and I would love to work with Mike Judge, but I haven't even looked at the line. I mean, I might embarrass myself.
Yeah, you'd love to work in that movie, except that it was right at Super Bowl Sunday, and you were going to Vegas.
Yeah, Howard, I haven't looked at, guys, I haven't looked at a word on the page.
Look, if it's anything like he writes for Beavis and Butthead, you probably got 3, like 3 lines.
It is actually, I play like a dumb guy, that's the character, so...
I think you're ready.
Yeah.
If you want, rehearse now, because I'll help you. I'll run lines with you.
Couldn't he rehearse on the plane? What did he do on the plane right over?
Oh, he still has time. He hasn't taken the plane yet.
No, I'm talking about when he was going to Vegas.
Yeah, he's drinking and relaxing.
I did. I had a first-class ticket out here, and I got to confess, I had a couple of Jack and Waters on the plane.
He was loaded already.
It was a Vegas weekend. This was, but you know what? It's very irresponsible of me because this is I have a huge day in Los Angeles.
Have you been to sleep since Super Bowl?
No.
So wait a minute. So you got up at noon and started drinking on Saturday.
I went back down to the craps tables.
Dude, why don't you just come home? You're
crazy. You're gonna.
Artie, did you go to the Rock Spa at all for anything? The workout.
Oh, that's the other thing. I took a steam with Dennis Rodman.
Yeah. Did you see his schlong?
Who? I'm telling you, it's not that impressive.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Hey, that's big news.
Hey, now. That's an exclusive.
What happened? You walked in the steam room?
I go downstairs. This was today. This is fast forwarding a little bit. I had to sweat the booze out before I watched the Super Bowl.
Right.
The last couple of days. So I remember when we were here before, the Hard Rock has this amazing spa.
Right.
And they have a great steam room. So I said, I'll go sweat the booze out in the steam room. I go down there.
See, the Hard Rock's all set up for degenerates.
Yeah.
They know what they need.
I go down there, and I go in the steam room, and I'm sitting there by myself, and Rodman walks in, buck naked.
Of course.
And just sits down. He doesn't even put a towel down, He just sits right down.
With his ass.
Ass
with
on
his
the
ass
tire?
on the steam thing.
Ass.
Yeah, it's just Detroit Pistons ass all over.
Right.
And there's so much steam in the room that we're sitting 2 feet from each other. And I mean, he's been on the show a couple of times, but he had no idea who I was.
Right.
And I didn't want to bug him. So I'm just sitting there trying to put my head up and not look. But of course, it's Dennis Rodman. You're curious.
Right.
You want to see what Carmen Electra was getting.
Right. And it wasn't that big? Was it,
so listen. So
it was just you and him.
I take a quick glance down, and it's, you know what? It's not that impressive.
Good.
I mean, Artie, compared to you.
Compared to me, it's impressive.
Oh.
He has more than you.
Yeah, he's got more. That's the exclusive. Dennis Rodman has a bigger penis than me.
What, would you say it was like...
I'd say, again, I did it real quick. But I'd say flaccid, you're looking at maybe, 3-4 inches.
Ooh, you're kidding.
But that's pretty good. I mean, what do you expect?
Well, you expect him to be a shower.
You know what? This may be racial profiling, but I expected like
a baseball bat.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the next time you got to bring a ruler with you so we know the exact inches. You should have got. Excuse me, Mr. Robin, I have to measure you for the show.
It was like a quick glance,
Wow.
And then he was doing like exercises in the steam room, and I was wearing I had my jeans on in the steam room.
Oh.
What?
The same jeans you're wearing now?
Whoa! You had your jeans on.
I was so messed up that I just kind of wandered down there and went into the and they all
dude.
Did
you take off your shoes?
Everybody at the Hard Rock is incredibly nice to me because they know I'm with you.
But why don't you just put on a robe? They give you robes to wear.
Because I just didn't feel like it.
Did you have a shirt on?
Was your shirt on?
And I had a shirt on. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you take off your shoes and socks?
Wait a second, Artie. You're telling me you wore your pants and your shirt in the steam room?
I wore Lee jeans.
What did Rodman think when he was sitting there and you're in your pants and your shirt?
He barely knew I was there.
Dude, there's no way that looks normal.
But, you took off your shoes and your socks?
No, yeah, I had socks on.
Could you imagine that?
So were you just like really drunk and you just walked into the
I was still loaded.
You weren't that drunk because you were probably self-conscious about your body.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, no, I look gross, and I don't want to, I get depressed when I see myself without a shirt on.
How long did you stay in the steam room with your clothes on?
I just wanted to sweat. That's all I wanted to do.
But then when you got out, you were soaking wet. You must have been freezing.
Yeah, when I got out, then I walked through then I walked back through the casino. With sweaty clothes. It looked like I just got hit with a hose or something.
Holy mackerel.
What a mess you are.
This was the Vegas weekend to end all Vegas weekends.
Howard, most important, Artie's having fun. Most important.
So you... all right, so then Super Bowl, tell me the bets.
So, for the Super Bowl, I had the coin toss, I won $500 on.
Go ahead.
The over, I won $4,000 on.
All right, but wait a second. Were you freaking out up at halftime? The score was like ridiculously low.
Well, I was watching it with Sam, and we were into the second quarter, and he goes, Artie Lang bet the over, and it's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, there was no scoring first quarter at all.
Were you nervous at that point?
Oh, my God. I wrote it off. I said, there's no way, it's impossible to win. And, the Hard Rock got me in the VIP party, and I'm sitting there just screaming and yelling, and people are looking at me like I'm nuts, and there was no scoring, and then all that scoring happened at the end of the first half, and I just...
Holy mackerel.
Got up a few notches.
But did you bet the field goal bet?
I bet, okay. I didn't bet the field goal bet, no.
Okay.
Which is a good thing, because Vinatieri missed 2 field goals.
Right.
Yeah, they have to make them all, right?
That's right.
Which was killing me. But I bet, this was a great bet. I bet the over on the Patriots' total amount of points.
And what was that? What was
22.5.
Oh,
very nice.
I saw that, and I was like, the Patriots got to go over 22.5. And that's one of those teams.
Hey, I got to hand it to you. Remember,
I bet $1,000 on that.
Remember how everyone was saying you don't know football because you're the 2 best defensive teams in the league? And
Don't bet the over.
Yeah, so.
I mean, 38 is an insanely low over-under for a Super Bowl. Everybody wants to score. At the end, people are... in junk time, even when people would lay back, they score in the Super Bowl.
What else? So what else did you bet? Anything else?
That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Those were the large bets that I made.
So then after the Super Bowl, you just stayed up and gambled all night?
After Howard, when that game went over, when the Panthers scored a TD,
Yeah.
The party was on.
I moved the party at halftime up to my suite up here. I had a bunch of my buddies from Jersey over, and we watched the second half in my suite. We got like chicken wings, and I was with Bob Levy and Dan the song parody man.
Yeah, that guy.
He's a great guy. We had wings. We ordered steaks, roast beef sandwiches. I was like, everything's on me.
Like a Roman orgy.
We were screaming and yelling.
Did the Hard Rock comp you all that food?
Yeah, everything was gone. Actually, the kid who produced the gig I came out here to do, this kid Jeff Beecher, a great guy, he brought Kelly Osbourne up to my suite.
Really?
She was in the hotel.
Anybody bang her?
Nobody banged her, no.
Well, what, did she look at you and run out?
She could not have been more annoyed. It was me. Listen, this is Kelly Osbourne. She's used to, like, going to parties with, like, the Hilton sisters and, like, George Clooney.
Right.
For the second half of the Super Bowl, she came up to my suite. It was me, like 4 of my buddies from Jersey, Levy, and Dan the song parody.
How quick and both face did she make?
Yeah,
I had AC/DC in the CD player live at Donington.
How long did she last there?
Howard, she was in my room for 3 minutes. she came up with a friend of hers. They were both very nice. They were very polite. You know, I gave her the most comfortable chair in the room, I thought. We're eating chicken wings. I'm drunk. I got chicken sauce on my face. And the over comes in. All my buddies had the over too. I convinced them to bet it. We went nuts. Dessert. Like,
she ran out.
She got scared.
And like, was she all dressed up with like one of those weird hairdos and like makeup?
For a party.
Yeah, she's all dressed to the nines.
I heard there
Artie's in the jeans. He went to the steam room.
I heard there was a party in Artie Lang's room. Let's go.
She had a look on her face like, you guys are gross.
You guys are grosser than my brother Jack.
But that's a Super Bowl party, dude. I mean, what did she expect? I mean, you guys actually were interested in watching the Super Bowl.
Howard, this is a rich broad, grew up in Beverly Hills in London. She was with me and my buddy Anthony watching a game that we have a bet on the over.
Hey, Dan, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how's it going?
What's up?
Hey, it's Dan. I lost Artie. I guess you got him on the phone now, but he disappeared a couple hours ago.
Oh, you're Dan the song parody man?
Yeah, that's
yes,
Dan.
sir.
Yeah.
Hey, Artie, you're on the line still.
Well, what do you got to say, Dan?
Well, the most amazing thing, aside from the amount of alcohol that Artie and Levy consume collectively, which is just, you can't even measure it, by the gallon. But the most amazing thing was that Artie actually turned down one shot of tequila from a fan. Aside from that, he did not turn down one drink the entire weekend.
I'm picturing Artie in the steam room with his clothes on with a naked Dennis Rodman and then walking through the Hard Rock air-conditioned lobby completely wet.
Drenched.
Howard, I was in the steam room at the Hard Rock in an outfit. I looked like, I was working construction.
Yeah, you look like you were fixing the steam room.
Dwayne, you're on the air.
Yeah, what's going on, Howard? Listen, Artie was at the blackjack table, right? He was getting pissed. He was all close to bent up on freaking JD. He was on a good roll and everything. But then all of a sudden, what happened, Artie? Remember when you came through and you spilled them drinks and everything, you started losing some money then? What happened?
You spilled
Artie, thank you, though, because I bet on the over and lost some money. Yo, good looking. Peace, yo, good looking.
Hey, Artie, what happened? You spilled drinks all over the blackjack table?
I spilled a drink on the blackjack.
Did they get pissed?
No, again, I'm with you, brother.
Something funny?
Yeah.
I wasn't even there. I just knew he probably would.
That's too funny.
That's funny.
You predicted I spilled a drink?
Yes.
I spilled one drink. This was at like 4 a.m. It was actually a beer because by the end of the night I just started doing chilled shots at JD and drinking Heinekens to chase it.
Oh, my stomach is burning just listening to you.
How much sleep have you gotten collectively? Like, would you think more than 6 hours for the whole weekend?
No, I'd say 5 hours.
Wow, you're gonna crash, dude.
Right in one of those meetings today.
So what are you supposed to do?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have to go listen, you know.
So you didn't even go to bed last night, so what do you got to do? You got to go to these meetings in L.A. at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And then an audition.
Howard, yeah, it's not even a meeting. It's an audition.
With Mike Judge.
Yeah, with Mike Judge.
Now, have you gone to the steam room to steam out some of the booze?
I should go. I got my flights in 3 hours. I should go down there.
Why didn't you sleep last night? Because you just played cards the whole night?
After the Super Bowl, we went down, we played blackjack, and then we went strip club hopping.
Oh.
We were over at Club Paradise.
You find your girlfriend?
No, she's not around.
She was repulsed.
Yeah, I'm looking for that whore the same way OJ's looking for the real killer.
Wow.
But we went strip club hopping. We went Club Paradise.
And then you just said, screw it, let's stay up all night?
Yeah, what am I going to do? I won the over in the Super Bowl. What am I going to do?
I don't know, but like at some point, don't you go, wow, I got an audition tomorrow. I think I better get some sleep.
Yeah, this is very irresponsible of me.
Did you ever think of it, Artie, or did you just not care?
I completely forgot.
You did?
I forgot about it.
Mike, you're on the air.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Morning, Howard. You don't know the two bastards. Listen, so envious of Artie, bro. He's got a great job, drinks whatever he wants, eats like a freaking galvon, and still has a job with you.
Ralph, you're on the air.
Let's take the over-under when Artie's going to die. 3 years. Hey, Artie, you there?
Yeah.
I love you. You're a great guy and you're fun and everything, but don't you kind of think, like, you said you go to the Hard Rock Hotel, right? And they're treating you good because, you're with the show and with Howard and everything like that. And then you go out and you just kind of make, kind of a fool of yourself, and you're screaming and yelling.
This is Ralph saying it.
And you're
like he doesn't make a spectacle.
Wait, let me say this.
Be very careful what you say. Right now.
You're in the steam room with your clothes on and stuff. Like, does it ever cross your mind? I'm not saying, like, hey, it's a problem. But
that's
cross your mind that maybe it reflects bad on Howard?
Oh, yeah, look who's worried about reflecting poorly on Howard.
Haven't you done enough of that?
Hey, Ralph, are you kidding me?
You got to be joking.
You really have to be out of your mind right now.
Does it ever occur to you, Ralph?
What? I haven't done anything like that.
Oh.
What, aren't you the guy who passed out on the street when you were supposed to be coming up here because you were tripping?
Yeah, but people at the Hard Rock didn't know that.
And don't you piss off every business relationship you work with?
Haven't you gone on several shoots with me where they said we really don't want Ralph here?
Yeah.
That's not the point.
And Ralph, don't you owe me $105 from bets you put on last 2 weeks?
No, didn't Will pay you back for?
Yeah, Will. Howard, Ralph puts bets in with me, right?
Yeah. Right.
He loses $105. I see him at the party last weekend. I go, where's the $100? He goes, Will owes me money.
You told me to let it ride. You told me to let it ride. What are you talking about?
No. I said you let the 50 ride. Like, I'm not going to go ask Will, who's got no money, for Ralph's money.
Yeah, I love that.
I was going to let it ride to the Super Bowl.
Ralph, Artie, why are you taking bets from him?
He calls me up.
Don't get involved. Let him place his own bets.
You don't know how Ralph hunts Artie down so he can place these bets.
Oh.
He's hard to find.
He keeps me on the phone for a half an hour, Howard, about different bets, and then he bets $50. I'm not going to call a bookie with a $50 bet. He just never stop punching me in the face.
Hey, Mike Judge is on the phone. Hey, Mike.
Artie, you suck.
Yeah.
You stay home.
All right, dude. Well, thanks for checking in.
Hey, Howard, man, it was a great weekend.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it sounds like you stayed up to take a part of everything that happened.
The whole thing. I'll tell you what, the show was huge out here, man. I did stand up in the same room Bowie did. It was.
How was Bowie's stand up?
Yeah, right. It was 1,200 seats, sold out. The crowd was great. The show went good. We went out afterwards. I won money on the bowl. It was just the whole weekend was just like amazing. It was so out of character of me.
So you're
leaving Vegas with money?
I'm leaving Vegas up a good amount of money.
How much?
$8,000.
And that includes your salary?
Yeah. No. And then on top of the money I got paid for the stand-up.
Right.
Wow.
You didn't lose your money.
No, $8,000 is the money I'm up from gambling.
Wow.
$8,000?
Trust me, he'll lose that. Don't worry.
Wow.
All right, Artie. Good luck with your auditions.
Thanks, Howard.
All I have to say is March Madness is on the way.
Yeah, I got some steak money. I'm ready.
All right, later, bro.
Good talking to you, man.
Right.
Man, oh man.
How is he still alive after a weekend
All I
like
can say is thank goodness he doesn't have any more time there. Because he died.
that? How does he do it? I could never stay up
Well,
that
you
many
can
hours.
hear his voice is a little shot.
But you know what?
I can't imagine what he looks like.
For a guy who stayed up an entire weekend drinking that much alcohol and eating horrible food, he's in pretty good shape, and he will go out and audition and be fine.
But just imagine what he looks like. He was in a steam room, fully dressed.
Denise, hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Is this Howard?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to just talk about Artie for a second. I told the guy on the phone I'm his matchmate that hasn't been up all night betting the Super Bowl myself.
All right.
I wanted to come down and see him, but he's not going to be available today.
No, he'll be here about Thursday or something. Hey,
You'll
Mike.
have to get a little sleep before you can see him.
Mike, you're on the air.
Howard, how you doing? I work at the Hard Rock. I'm in charge of the bathroom facilities. And Artie's sitting there at the urinal, bobbing and weaving, totally missing the mark, and doing it all over the floor. The guy's disgusting.
I don't know if I buy that.
It could have happened.
Yeah. All right, I got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Stop. Let's see what I got here. The hell is the email? I said, let's do the email, and then I don't even have it. Got a lot of email about radio host Mike Savage is saying I was scum and responsible for the moral decay and slime of society. I really couldn't care less. I don't even know who he is. I just know he's the guy who got fired for saying that gay people are evil or something. Who cares? Like, get over it, dude. You old fart. You know. Any guy who's that uptight about homos is probably a homo. And that's the bottom line. Think about it. If somebody goes up to someone and says, hey, man, you're gay, they can react in two ways. One way you could do is like kill the guy for saying it because it freaks you out and it's not true.
Right.
And the other thing would be like, that's so funny. Now, the guy who says that's so funny is the guy who knows he isn't a homo.
Or he's gay.
Or he's gay. Goes one of two ways. The guy who goes, I'm going to kill you, is the guy who has feelings like, oh, my God, maybe it's true.
He figured me out.
Yeah.
Kill him.
That's the only thing I can tell you, man. Right. Homo bashers are probably gay.
Well, I've never understood that whole idea that if you stand around a bunch of gay people, you'll turn gay.
Yeah.
I don't think that could happen.
The only person that ever happened to was Fred.
It happened to me with those Queer Eye guys.
Okay, what else does it say here in the email? I don't know. I seem to have lost it. Can you believe that? Can you believe I could lose something?
Now, that's unheard of.
That's never happened on the show before.
You have such an organized desk over there.
Yeah, I tell you, it makes me mental. All right, I've officially lost the email. All right, I talked about Jessica Simpson. I can't believe I lost the email. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. All right, I found it.
See how simple it was.
Yeah, it's easy. A lot of people wrote in to say Artie is the best. Why do you make fun of Artie? Who makes fun of Arties? Who makes fun of Artie?
I don't know what they mean.
So what if he's fat? He's still funny as hell. He's way better than Jackie. He just doesn't sit there and laugh at everything you say. Artie, you're the best. Keep up the good work. Here's another one. I swear Artie just gets better and better. Peeing outside of a club and having two cops tap on his shoulder is amazing. I love this guy. Here's someone who criticizes Artie. He thinks he's gay.
Right.
I think Artie enjoyed gay anal ring toss a little too much.
Hey, I'm going to kill you. I'm not gay.
He sounded like he was really enjoying it. Not just the thought of feeling of Carmen Electra, but the act of tossing rings at a man's bare ass. So there you go. Here's someone who makes a show suggestion. They want a cabbie and mom reunion.
Oh, no.
They remind me that it's been about 1 year since I arranged for Cabbie to meet his biological mother.
That's true. It was in January of last year.
And all I know is within 1 year, Cabbie got adopted by his biological mother and then now avoids her phone calls because she can't take the involvement. Because she wants to know him too much.
She actually wants to have a relationship with him.
Yeah.
We thought that might work out a little differently.
Yeah, so that might be funny, and I'm going to look into it. A lot of people like when we played Howard Dean's speech yesterday and played AC/DC music. By the way, I'm really enthralled with this new concept of playing the Howard Dean speech and then having women moan, because it does sound very sexual.
Not only are we going to New Hampshire, Tom Harkin, we're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona and North Dakota and New Mexico. We're going to California and Texas and New York. We're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House. We will not give up. We will not give up in New Hampshire. We will not give up in South Carolina. We will not give up in Arizona, or New Mexico, Oklahoma, North Dakota, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan. We will not quit now or ever. We want our country back for ordinary Americans. And we're going to win in Massachusetts and North Carolina and Missouri and Arkansas and Connecticut and New York and Ohio.
Made up my mind, make a new start.
We're going to California.
In my heart. Summer rains are coming. In
Ohio.
Be a part of it.
New York. New York. Arizona. Dakota. Pennsylvania. Ohio. D.C. Northern California. Where the girls are welcome to the hotel. California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely
Rock it out.
Such a lovely place.
Here he comes.
Ready a room at the hotel. California.
There it is.
You do a lot with that speech.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding?
Dan the song parody, man.
Dan the man. Dan the man. Hey, by the way, at my birthday party, I was surprised to learn that my executive producer, Robin Radzinski, has a boyfriend.
I thought you would have. I said, did he catch that or not?
Yeah, I saw that going on. A little romance.
Really nice guy.
Nice guy.
Yeah, I didn't get to spend much time with him for my running around, so good-looking guy.
Dashing.
Yeah.
So what do you know about this new romance?
I don't know anything what's going on. Do you know anything?
No.
No.
I thought you'd get the scoop. You're the nosy one.
No. Not in real life.
I got the scoop, but I was too drunk to remember.
Oh, you.
What's going on with this guy? I heard the only thing I heard was he lives in California.
Yeah, he lives in California. His name's Peter. He's a great guy. I met him last summer. He's a retired fireman.
Yeah.
And
What's going on here? Are you getting serious feelings?
No. I like him a lot, and I know he likes me a lot, but I don't, he lives in California.
How'd you meet this guy?
I met him surfing. He's a big surfer, snowboarder, kind of athletic guy. And we have a mutual friend, and a bunch of us all went surfing. And
So he saw you in a swimsuit, like the whole package, and then took you home and banged you.
No, actually, you know what? I came on to him.
Oh, you did?
I seduced him.
You did?
Yeah. He
Sounds hot.
He's kind of shy, I guess.
Yeah.
And I saw him.
How'd you seduce him? What's the move?
Well, I saw him over Thanksgiving week, and we hung out again for the day and went hiking. And at the end of the day, he said, "Okay, well, see you around." And as he was driving away, I kind of screamed out his name.
Well, you get all romantic. Look, you get all soft.
Look at her. Who is this person?
I'm not a...
Yeah, you scream out his name.
I'm nervous. So I screamed out his name, and he rolled back up, and I said, Peter, I have a huge crush on you.
Look at this.
And he said, "You do? You guys are dumb." And he said, "You do?"
Yeah, I never know if someone likes me.
That's never happened.
Someone's got to really spell it out.
Or you're stuttering John, you think everybody likes you.
Yeah. I think everyone hates me.
So he was shocked, and I said, "I do, from the first time I met you, that time we went surfing." And he said, "Well, what do you want to do about that?" And I told him I wanted to go back with him to his house.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Right, look at this. This is like penthouse letters. I didn't think crap like this ever happened. I'll tell you what I want to do about it. Anal, okay?
I want to take you to my house in Arizona and Montana and Michigan and California and New Jersey. Fire!
Yeah! You ready for some hiking, Radzinskis?
What is it, little dirty bees?
Yeah! Those dirty bees done their teeth now.
All I know is this dude was rubbing her ass during the party.
Oh, was he?
Oh, yeah.
That was my ass.
I was going to go like, that was your ass?
That was my ass.
He was rubbing your ass during the party.
He's very sweet and very affectionate.
Yeah, huh?
He's a great guy.
You like that kind of thing, huh?
Yeah, I do like that.
When a guy rubs your ass.
Yeah, I like when he rubs me all over.
Man, he was taking liberties. I was like, how long?
No idea
was
that
like,
was going on.
I never met this guy. He's already rubbing her ass.
But when I was doing the rotations of the seating, I was like, I got to put Robin and his new boyfriend at Howard's table so he can get the scoop.
He's not my boyfriend, but he's a really great guy who I like very much.
Right.
God, those rotations confused the hell out of me by the end of the night.
So what are you going to do? You going to move him to New York or what?
No, he's very California.
Yeah.
And I'll just see him when I go to L.A.
That's all. Bang him out there.
Yeah,
Don't get crazy.
I'll see him soon.
What, are you getting nervous?
Yeah, don't go giving up your job for
He
some
gets
dude.
nervous when he sees a girl getting attached.
Yeah, do me a favor.
Don't worry about that. I'm not
I can
quit-
tell you 20 things wrong with the guy, okay, in case you start having feelings, real deep feelings.
No, I'm not quitting to have kids.
Good.
You're very funny. You remember the first time I had one date with Mr. X, and I was telling Howard I had a great time. He said, Robin, there's no provisions in your contract for you getting pregnant. I was like, what?
That's right.
What date?
I laid it right out.
Yep.
Can't you bang someone in New York?
You know what? I'm getting closer. I meet guys in Greece. I meet them in
Good.
Turkey. Now it's California. Maybe
It's
maybe
in
New
the
York.
country.
Yeah, bang someone in New York. Plenty of guys. There's 80 million guys in New York. Bang one of them. Let them rub your ass.
All right.
When you go out to California, that guy can rub your ass.
Yes, line them up.
Have
Line
one in
up.
every state, like Dean says.
So then you went back to his house and you did it?
Oh my God, we had the best night.
Really?
It was so excellent. It was one of the
Romantic?
You know what? I think romance is overrated. Sometimes you just want to have a great time, and you know, just
What is the
have
best
to be
night?
wildly sexual.
It wasn't wild?
It was wildly sexual, totally just animal.
Yeah, she's not. She says it wasn't like lit candlelight and.
Yeah.
Would he just throw you up on a sink and bang you?
all over. It just
All over the house?
It was just. It was like just mad, passionate.
Did you shave each other?
No, we didn't have to.
Huh.
Oh,
There was
man.
all action, Howard. There was no downtime.
Did you spank him?
No, I don't remember spanking him. It was just like kind of just animal sex. It was just sex.
Yeah, that guy looks like he has a big hose. He's very manly.
He's very manly.
Yeah, I'd be afraid of that hose.
Big guy.
I don't know if I
fire
can
hose.
handle it.
The fireman.
Firemen have big hoses.
Yes.
You didn't call him the N-word, did you?
That wouldn't have been
That
appropriate.
wasn't you and Peter.
Yeah, he didn't ask.
Say nigga. Me hard.
Me hard.
Say nigga.
Nigger. Me hard.
Wow.
Nigger. Me hard. Nigger. Me hard. Nigger. Me hard.
Enough of your sex.
You know
No,
what
seriously,
would really be funny if two white people were doing that.
I've
I've
tried
done
it. Yeah.
And this guy went along with it. It was great.
I do it with the word wop.
So, wow, the best sex you ever had?
You know what? It was a top 10 night for sure.
Really?
Wow. Fireman, put out my fire.
Who knew?
Yeah. But you know what was the greatest part was that he was just going to drive away. And the fact that I kind of yelled out his name and this whole really magical
Romantic.
night happened. Yeah.
He took you back and banged you crazy.
Yeah. And then he came to New York and spent a week in New York, and we had a blast here.
It's you getting laid.
Yeah.
How many times did he do you that day? Like 3?
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
That's
accurate?
That sounds accurate.
That's not how many times I
orgasm,
but that's
How many times did you orgasm?
more than that.
More than 3.
But it was 3 sessions.
Wow. Robin getting dizzy.
Robin's a little jealous.
I know.
Yeah, I've had those times, my dear.
Yeah, when?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
When did it happen?
When did it happen?
Mr.
How many
X?
times have I told you about the guy in the Caribbean?
Yeah, but that was 100 years ago.
I'm still telling you that these things become memories that you keep forever.
Hey, you girls do double team me. I guarantee a couple orgasms. Wow.
I've never been in the room when a woman's had an orgasm.
Oh.
Pretty wild from what I hear.
Yeah.
Come on, you've never been in the room when somebody else is having sex?
No, Robin, that's great.
They call that new poon. Let's see that guy deliver that kind of night in 3 years. That's all I'm going to tell you.
I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she'll have it with a different guy.
Mr. Big Shot.
She's keeping her options.
Mr. Surfer. Yeah, if I had all day to surf, I could maybe give someone an orgasm.
Sorry, I don't snowboard. Sorry, I don't surf.
Sorry, I don't hike.
Sorry, I'm uncoordinated.
Sorry, I look like a spaz on skis.
Wow.
But yeah, he's a very nice guy, and I hope this doesn't embarrass him too much.
Oh, please. What guy wants to hear?
Yeah,
what guy doesn't want to hear?
hates it when this is
On radio that he's great in bed, and it was an incredible night. What else made it romantic? Just the sex, or like in between he was telling you stuff?
He was very affectionate, and he's just a super great, nice guy.
Affectionate but rough, too, at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was saying it wasn't so much about romance. That's what she said. It was like wild, heavy-duty, intense.
Give it to you hard, huh?
Yeah, Robin, we won't want to embarrass him by telling a story about how he gave you multiple orgasms.
So I like talking to chicks about this stuff. You learn stuff. Like I have to give it to you hard, but also be kind of sensitive at the same time.
Not even so much the sensitive
He
part.
doesn't get it. So he's never done this.
I haven't, I'm not able to
He's
do this.
Mr. Romance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Give
romance
it to
you.
you hard, then like sleep with you in a headlock, snore in your ear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like a man.
Really? Oh, that ain't going to happen.
Guy.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
For me to please a chick, it usually takes like a whole bottle of wine.
Yeah, sleep with you in a headlock.
Well, you know what I mean? Just like
you're all draped all over each other.
No, that's a little too much for me. I don't want to get all sweated on. I could belch on you.
You could fart.
I could fart and belch in my
And
sleep.
put the covers over
You
your
want a
head.
man? I could do that.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll come in time.
Yeah. Oh, look at you. You're walking around like light as feathers.
I was surprised that you not mentioning that first thing Monday morning.
Well, I wanted to have some class. Wait a week. Before it started. No, I caught the guy rubbing her ass. I saw that. I didn't like that.
Catch that.
That I thought was a little inappropriate.
I
At
remember
a Howard Stern birthday party.
I remember trying to eat the guy's duck. I apologize for that.
Yeah. While he was grabbing your ass, Artie ate his plate.
Hey, you're a nice guy. Can I have your risotto?
Yeah. Robin says you're nice.
Yeah, that was a little embarrassing. I felt a little
What, when Artie ate the dinner? Oh, when he was grabbing your ass?
Duck. Yeah, you know, when he was being affectionate in front of, like, you know, Will and J.D.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You know.
I don't know who Robin is.
Hey, listen, you know. Let me get used to it.
Yeah, let me get used to it.
Right. Well, good for you. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, it was a great time. Thank you.
Nothing better than seeing somebody happy and getting their ass rubbed.
Yeah, that is nice.
Good times.
It was a great party in a lot of ways.
Casey, come here and rub my ass a little bit.
Hey, Casey, yell Casey's name. Come back.
Yes, boss.
You know, Howard has a crush on you?
Hey, Casey, I have a crush on you. Come back here. Well, what do you want to do about it?
What do you want to do about it?
You know what's great about the party was that guy that we never met before was there, and Scott the engineer wasn't.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Mike, you're on the air. Let's take a couple of phone calls.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Long-time listener, and I know the show is not about promoting hate speech, but something was said yesterday that you guys let pass that I think qualifies as pure hate speech.
Okay.
What was that?
At about 10:07 yesterday morning, you guys were talking about some football bets, and just right under the radar, Lang over there comes up with referring to Martin Luther King Day as National N-Word Day.
Oh, I heard that, but it was in reference to a call that was made.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
No,
it
was.
talked about his weekend, and I'm sorry, that qualifies as
Weren't
hate
we
speech.
talking about people who have problems with the fact that it's Martin Luther King Day?
There's a guy who called in and said you took off Nigger Day.
Yes, and Artie was... Sir, Artie was referencing the... Listen, I know it was here, and if Artie was saying that kind of stuff, I wouldn't have him on the show.
No, it was out of context entirely.
You have it out of context.
Because you didn't hear the call.
You didn't hear the call.
I did. I was listening to it.
It was a joke.
Then if you heard the call, then how could you not know we were referring to that?
Because it was you were talking about football bets specifically, and he just flies in under the radar. He's so one-dimensional anyway.
No, that's not the case. And in fact, I did a whole rant yesterday about, I know so many guys who are like uptight that it's Martin Luther King Day. They don't even understand why Martin Luther King was great and why he deserves a day.
No mention of that in that discussion. That was later.
Well, I'm humbly disagreeing with you, but you can disagree with me. If you choose to see it that way, that's your problem.
It's just...
All right, okay, we heard it. It's enough. How many times are you going to repeat the same stupid-ass story?
I cleaned it up. I was nice enough to say N-word.
N-word.
That's right.
The caller said the whole thing.
Artie, that was very nice of you to say the N-word.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
What a good guy. Martin Luther King, lest anyone forget, because people say to me, well, he shouldn't have a day. He's not a president. They're just giving him a holiday because he's black and the blacks need a holiday. Well, maybe black people do need a holiday in this country. But I believe, certainly, that Martin Luther King was one of the greatest men that ever lived. And I'm not kidding when I say that. If you ever read some of the things that this guy came out with, they were incredibly profound. You know, he said, I could quote stuff that he has said that, to me, blows my mind. But it's long and, you know, you got to kind of really sit and think. I'm trying to think about my favorite Martin Luther King quote, and I would have to say, it's a tough one to pull one out, but you got to read some of his speeches. And the guy was a genius and was able to look at his enemies as friends, which was really weird. I mean, like Gandhi-like.
Well, he created a revolution in this country, and he was the only one that got shot.
Yeah. Nonviolence means avoiding not only external physical violence, but also internal violence of spirit. You not only refuse to shoot a man, but you refuse to hate him. That's pretty heavy stuff.
And it turns out he was the only one who could do it. Him and Gandhi.
He was an amazing man. I said to my children, I'm going to work and do everything that I can so that you get a good education. I don't want ever for you to forget that there are millions of God's children who will not and cannot get a good education. And I don't want you feeling that you're better than they are. For you will never be what you ought to be until they are what they ought to be. I mean, that guy was off the chart smart. And it's too bad somebody shot him.
It was more than off the chart smart, because a lot of smart people just don't care.
He cared.
Was off the
He
chart.
actually cared. He actually cared. And I'll tell you what, the guy who shot him was a complete mutant who didn't have a thought in his head or a care for anybody. And, you know, it's so unfair. I remember thinking how unfair it was that the guy was dead. And the fact that he's a black guy, well, people have problems with that. They can't accept that a black guy could actually have feelings and be smart. But he is. And you better goddamn believe we should have a Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, this country could have been torn apart, and it wasn't because of him.
Yeah.
That's what people don't think about. They are thinking, oh, the blacks need a holiday. No, you should be celebrating because your life wasn't destroyed by a civil war, civil unrest.
Now listen to this. One last quote. Think about it. If you succumb to the temptation of using violence in this struggle, unborn generations will be the recipients of a long and desolate night of bitterness, and your chief legacy to the future will be an endless reign of meaningless chaos. Martin Luther King Jr., Justice Without Violence. That dude knew what he was talking about. The more you hate, the more you pass it on to your children, they'll never get out of the endless loop of hate.
But also we become a Kosovo or a Yugoslavia or a Lebanon where there's just nobody talking to anybody, armed camps all over the place, and just waiting for the police to turn around so you can kill each other.
Martin Luther King was one of the greatest men this country ever produced. So he should have a day, and F you if you don't think he should. And that's the end of that. And I know what I'm talking about, too.
For a change.
For a change.
You must have
For
thought
once.
this through.
I thought it through, okay?